guys, it's Stephanie.
I'm Trey, and it's a big week.
It's a big week.
Kim Zolciak's house is getting auctioned today. Do we have our bid ready?
Okay, this house is, I looked online. I'm not going to lie. I went online on Zillow, and I was like looking for homes in whatever this town is, Georgia.
Milton, Georgia.
And I found her. It was the first house to pop up, right? Which means it was the most, and it had so many thousands, like tens of thousands of views. I mean, everybody and me were doing it. And I was like, let me see the inside of this thing. The inside's really, I mean, like, it's super nice, Trey. It's huge. Yeah, it's
huge.
How big is it?
It's 15,000 square feet.
I started to say it was big. And it looked really nice. Like, it looked like she had upkept it really nice. Like, all the rooms looked really nice. My kids would love that. I'm telling you right now, there was one room I was like, my kids would like this. Maybe we need to move to Georgia. There was one room. It was like her kids' like game room. Did you see this?
Uh-huh. I mean, they spent a lot of money in that house.
Yeah,
and that's why I am just, Kimberly, I am so mad at you for fumbling this. Because you made so much money for so many years and spent it on shoes and bags, Chanel bags that you're now selling on Instagram. She was trying to sell her Christmas trees the other day, which was real sad.
Oh, I'm not going to lie. Her Christmas trees were
They were
amazing.
very nice.
I went and looked at those. If she lived down the street, I wouldn't pay her what she was asking, but
She wants
I would pay her
retail
something
for everything.
I would
She
pay her
wants
something for those trees.
They
were so nice. Also, yeah, they were so nice.
Yeah.
I mean, here's the deal. And when I looked on Zillow at her house, her stuff is expensive.
Yeah.
I mean, I know expensive stuff. I know expensive. It's not cheap. Her kids' bedrooms, they were not cheap. Like her furniture was not cheap. I think, and her house looked very nice. It looked very well kept up. I mean, if you're getting this on auction, in my humble opinion, I think you're getting a good deal.
Oh, yeah.
I do. I think you're getting a great deal. I don't want to move to Georgia, but if I did, I would look at that. I think that house is great. I don't know what neighborhood I'm sure the neighborhood's fantastic.
It's right on a golf course. So apparently they're both in separate rentals now.
Okay.
Somewhere in the same neighborhood. And Croy has a 9-to-5 job.
Oh my gosh, I saw that on TikTok. Yes. Yeah. What is he doing again?
He is working for a company that something with like crane operations.
Yes,
they
good
like
for him.
Build big things.
I could totally see him doing this. Yeah.
And he's been working there for 2 or 3 months.
Mm-hmm. That's the thing with Croy. I've said it before and I'll say it again. He is not a high maintenance person. He really isn't. I think he will be happy if he can pay his bills and have money left over for food and to, go out a little bit. He will be super happy and fine in life. He did not need the finer things. Now,
Kimberly, I don't know what she's
I don't know her, but
I'm just so disappointed in her.
I don't know her, but I'm sure that she's going to figure it out. She seems like somebody who's resourceful.
She is resourceful.
She also has a degree. Like, she could always go back and be a nurse or something. I don't know, Trey. I'm just going to say, I feel like she's going to make it happen. She is going to come back. I think she's going to make it happen. But, she needs to be with somebody who is super financially stable and has a lot of financial literacy, who is not going to put her in charge of the finances. Mm-hmm. That was the number one thing I think Croy messed up on. I do not know them, but it seems like he let her kind of control the finances. And you have to have somebody who is making sure that you guys are being financially smart. But house is nice. I highly recommend it. But here's the deal. If you listen to this podcast and you're going to go bid on that house, one thing that you need to know is the more house, the more problems. The bigger the house, the bigger the problems. Bigger homes are going to cost you so much more in upkeep. They have a bigger yard. They're just they have 9 air conditioning units. I mean,
and those are $12,000 a pop and they go out and they'll all go out at once.
I know, because our new house, we went in, I swear to you, one air conditioning unit after another just started going down. It's crazy. Mm-hmm. And we're always having to fix one of them. So, I think a lot of people are like, oh, I want a bigger home. But I promise you, Travis and I's dream right now is once our kids are both out of that house, we're going to live in a condo. That is our dream. Okay. We're living in a condo. We don't have to do crap. Okay? Yep. Yeah, that's our thing. But I'm interested to see how much it goes for. I hope that it goes for enough where she gets something out of it, her and Croy.
I think it's going to go for
3? Less? 2.5?
Maybe. Somewhere around there. Somewhere between 2.5 and 3. If it goes
Okay.
for less than 2.5,
I would have bought it.
I mean,
If
mind you, they're still on the hook.
Yeah.
They're not just like free. I mean, file bankruptcy and all that stuff. But like they still have tax liens. Those don't go away. You got to pay those.
Well, I hope it goes for at least 3 then. But it's a nice house. I mean, if you want to buy it, if you're listening and you're in Atlanta, I mean, I have not been in it, but I have seen the Zillow pictures. It looks nice. And now if I was going to buy it, well, she took all of her furniture. I would ask for it to be for it just to come furnished because I feel like they did a good job. And furnishing's hard. Not all furniture fits every house, right? Like furniture's not like a one size fits all in homes. It's like, I'm sure a lot of that stuff was kind of custom for the house. But yeah, it was really nice. I don't know. It would be hard for me to lose something that I loved, especially if it was like a home that I loved or something, and then live in the same neighborhood and then have to see the people who like bought my house for pennies on the dollar, like outside mowing my yard or whatever, like getting the mail. I'd be like, but
Yeah.
I don't know. But I did try to figure out where her and Croy were living because I saw that they had both had rentals and did not pop up. I was like, what are their rentals?
We will never hear from Croy again, and good for him.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't want us to.
I wish the best for both of them.
Yeah.
I mean, 100%, I wish the best for both of them. And honestly, getting rid of this house is probably a big blessing for them because it's got to be so stressful to have that big mountain of like home debt under you. And I think it can be a very freeing experience for them. And I hope that they both do well and find something that makes them happy. And yes, good luck.
Good luck.
Good luck. I saw this thing on TikTok the other day, and it was a story time of this lady. And I had to share it because I realized that the person that this happened to really was smart. And I would be dead if I was in their shoes. Okay, so let's go through this story, okay? I'll walk you through it. Also, I think it's just, for all of my single ladies listening, it's a very interesting story, okay? So this lady meets, I don't know where she's from because I didn't pay that close of attention, but the story was shocking. This lady meets some guy on, I want to say Hinge, but that doesn't seem right. Is Hinge a dating site?
It's like one of those dating apps.
Okay, I think it was maybe Hinge. Anyways, a dating app, right? And she goes on a date with this guy, and they have a very good date, right? Like, great conversation, no red flags, great date, right? So at the end of the date, she goes home and, he leaves. And like later on that night, she gets a message from him saying, hey, my roommate locked me out of the house and I don't have my keys and I can't get in. Is there any way that I can come over and hang out at your house until I'm able to get a hold of him and get the keys to get back in the house? Okay. So she, being a very nice person, and I feel like I would do the same because but not anymore. I'd be like, nope, go get a hotel. Said, okay, yeah, that's fine. You can come over, hang out, until you hear from him, right? So he comes over and is hanging out with her, whatever. It becomes late. So late where she's like, I got to go to bed. But you can, stay here and wait for your, until you hear from your roommate, but I'm going to go to bed, okay? So she goes in her room and locks her door because she just met the guy earlier today at dinner, right? Goes to her room, locks her door, and proceeds to go to sleep, right? Now, a lot of people think that's crazy. I don't know. I'm a people pleaser. I think I would probably kick somebody out, especially if I thought they were nice. Do you agree?
Yeah.
Would you do the same?
Yeah.
Smart for her to lock her door, right? So she proceeds to go to bed thinking that he's, probably going to get a hold of his roommate at some point. Okay. So 2 a.m., she hears a knock on her bedroom door from this guy saying, hey, I still haven't been able to get a hold of my roommate. My phone is dying. Do you have a phone charger I can use? Okay. So she says, something doesn't sit right with her. And she's like, yeah, there's one in the kitchen drawer, the specific kitchen drawer. You can use that one, right? So kind of tells him where it is, right? But her door's locked. She's not getting out of her bed. So he says, okay, thank you. So he goes, I guess, fumbles around, finds supposedly the charger, whatever, and to recharge his phone so he can get a hold of his roommate to get his keys. And 5 minutes later, he comes knocking on her door again. and he says, "Hey, the charger isn't working when I when I do it. Do you perhaps have a charger in your bedroom that I can use to charge my phone so I can get a hold of my roommate because I still haven't heard from him and my phone's almost dead. I need to have my phone charged so I can get my keys back." And something doesn't feel right with her, right? So she calls the cops. Okay?
Okay.
And it's a good story, right?
Yeah.
Are you on pins and needles?
Yeah. I'm like, where's this going?
So she calls the cops and is like, "Hey, there's somebody in my house. Like, he keeps trying to get me to come out of my room. Something doesn't feel right." Okay. Anyways, little while longer, the cops show up, knock on the door. She does not answer, right? I don't know how, but somehow they get in, right? And then I don't know what, but anyways, the cops then start knocking on her door to have her come out, and she answers the door, and they're like, "You need to see this. What's in your living room, okay?"
What? What's in her living room?
So then she goes out into her living room, and there is tarp laid out all on her living room floor. Like he was going to kill her and had it all planned out and the tarp laid out if she would have given him that charger.
What?
Yes. So this thing I saw I would listen to the whole thing and I was like, people need to know this. This is scary if you are a single woman dating. So yes, pretty much do not. And I'm thinking, as I'm listening to the end, I'm like, oh my God, I am such a people pleaser. The moment first of all, I would know that charger didn't work, right? But also like the moment he said, "Oh, this charger doesn't work. Do you have one in your bedroom I can borrow?" I would probably be like, I would be like, sure, open the door and give him then I would die. I would be on that tarp. They would never know what happened to me.
Did they find the guy?
That was kind of like how it ended. I didn't.
What?
Yes, that's how the TikTok ended. Like they were
He's just out there borrowing chargers, killing people?
I mean, isn't that the craziest story?
Oh my gosh.
Yes. Anyway.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know what? We need to have Travis on here to talk about the I-5 killer.
Oh yeah, I'll have him on soon. Yeah, that would be great. Yeah, because he was. I mean, the guy never. He never feared for his life, he said. But yeah, it was crazy. But
if you don't know, Travis was babysat by a serial
killer. Yeah. Yeah. True story. Yeah. Yeah. You know that same serial killer actually was like a big football player in Oregon, I think, at like one of the Oregon universities. And he played for a hot minute for the Green Bay Packers.
What?
He was a professional NFL player for a hot second.
Oh.
Yeah. The same guy, Travis, that babysit Travis. But, okay, so would you, like if this was happening to you and you had a good date, would you not also probably be like, somebody keeps coming to your door, would you not also be like, here's my charger, like leave me alone, it's 2 a.m., I want to sleep? Or would you do what she did? I don't know if I would call the cops.
I think you always trust your gut.
Yeah.
And your gut's never wrong.
Uh-huh. And that's what this lady said. She was like, she trusted her gut where a lot of people, the lady was like, I would be dead. I'm like, me too.
Yeah,
but
that's crazy.
She did. Like, she totally trusted her gut. And then crazy story.
Wow.
Crazy story, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't know where to go from here, but I'm sure you can take us somewhere.
Wicked.
Oh, so good.
So good.
Yes.
Do you know how much that movie cost?
Oh, I bet you.
So their production budget.
Hundreds of millions. How much?
Their production budget was $150 million.
Okay.
And they spent another $200 million on marketing.
Wait. So
and I mean, look,
$350
million.
How much has it made so far?
Almost $300 million. They're going to make some good money on this movie.
Okay.
And it was so good. It was so good. I went and saw it, and then I watched like all the behind the scenes afterwards. I didn't realize that they were actually singing live during those takes. Yeah. I mean, because normally you pre-record that stuff, but they were singing live while they were shooting it, and that's what we heard in the movie.
Yeah. No, I saw that. Yeah. Do you know how much they each made?
No. I mean, I saw is it confirmed?
I mean, that from what I've seen, everyone's saying the same thing. So I think
what did you hear?
Okay, this is what I heard. I heard that Ariana Grande made $15 million as Glinda.
They've debunked this.
Oh, really? How much did she make?
They came out and said that So the rumor was that Cynthia Erivo made $1 million, Ariana Grande made 15.
No, I heard that she made 800,000. Ariana Grande made 15, and then the Wizard made $1 million. Okay.
They came out and said that Ariana and Cynthia made the same amount of money. But
Okay,
they didn't
that's
say
good
how
because
much
I was
it
like,
was.
what in the world?
But
that was, yeah.
And I get it. Like, Cynthia had a big part in the movie, almost a bigger part. Like, she did a lot.
Definitely,
stunts, all that stuff.
I think,
but
yeah.
Ariana Grande is a multi-platinum award-winning pop star who has a big career behind her, too. It's like I wouldn't expect me and Kelly Clarkson to make the same amount of money on our album together.
Let's be honest. You do not sing like Kelly Clarkson.
I know,
but if you sang like this lady, I think that you would. I think it's right that they make the same amount because she is, in all honesty, the lead. I mean, trust me, if there is a best actress, it's going to go to her, not Ariana. Ariana will be best supporting, but I do not. I've seen Wicked 3 times, and I do not feel like Glinda.
You saw that
not
movie
the
3
movie,
times? Oh,
but
I was like, that's 6 hours of your life.
Before the movie, I've seen the Wicked musical 3 times.
Yeah.
The last time being my birthday in London. That's what Travis did for my birthday. He was like, we didn't know what to do, and Wicked was playing. He was like, do you want to go to Wicked? My kids went, and then when I said, does anyone want to go to Wicked with me? My Chance said, Mom, I already saw it on your birthday. I don't need to see it again.
So I did hear that Ariana was offered more, but she took less so that they could make equal money.
That is a good person.
Yes.
Because she doesn't need the money,
No.
right? Like, this was also her dream role. That makes me think she is such a good person, even though I've heard that, like, her and that guy got together in a very, very not okay way.
Which I didn't realize it was for this. Like, this is the movie in which they reconnected. So that guy that's, I don't know, what is he?
He's
He's not a Munchkin, but...
Yeah, he's from Munchkin Land, but he's not a Munchkin, but he's from Munchkin Land.
The redheaded curly-haired guy?
Yeah.
He was married to a girl, just had a baby whenever him and Ariana got together.
Yeah.
And Ariana got divorced, and him and his wife and new baby got divorced, and now they're together. Interesting. I guess they knew each other from back in the day, but still.
I know he was like SpongeBob, the musical, like
the
some
TikToks of him are so bad. So bad.
Yeah. I mean, there was a thing at the premiere that I saw with him where he was like, somebody gave a friendship bracelet and they were like, will you give this to Ariana? And he was like, of course, of course. He seemed very lovely as a person, like very kind. And I was like, because before I was like, I just don't see what, like, she could get anybody. I don't see it. But then I was like, oh, there is something like, he seemed very kind. But then I forget, I'm like, wait, he did leave his wife and baby. So maybe he's not as kind as you're thinking. But like, I kind of, but I think, I don't know. I'm just so confused in my life. But I kind of saw what she saw because I was like, oh, he seems like so sweet, right? Like if he wasn't married, I could see what, like, you know, she's on the Munchkin Land person. Now, if I were her, I would be going for that Figaro guy. He is so good looking. The Fiero or whatever his name is. The prince on the musical.
He's gay.
Well, I don't care. I would be like, listen, we're gonna make this work somehow. You can be gay and I will still be your wife.
Wait, have you seen the couple on TikTok? What are they calling it? A lavender marriage? And this is like a thing where a girl marries a gay guy and they're getting married soon. And they're both like, I don't know. They're both like voice actors or something, but they have a marriage license and they're getting married because they want the tax benefits essentially. But they just like,
that's fine. I get
don't want, they'll never sleep together.
Yeah. You know what? I mean,
but they're like best friends and they're like, why not?
Yeah. I mean, hello. And like say that you just were like, you know what? I really don't want to get married to somebody, but I want the tax benefits and I want this guy is really good looking gay guy. I want his sperm. So my children are, talented, good looking people. I get it.
Yeah.
That's fine. Do you.
They call it's a lavender marriage. I don't know where we got that term from. I just saw it on TikTok.
Can you imagine if Trey and I were in a lavender marriage? Like
no.
Trey.
No. I feel like we are in a lavender marriage.
Are you happy in our marriage?
Yes.
Or do you feel trapped?
She put hemorrhoid pads on my face yesterday.
That's when you know that you're in a good marriage.
I'm happy in our lavender marriage.
Oh my gosh.
We need to talk about Britney Spears for a second.
Okay.
I just saw this on TMZ this morning. So she listen, we all know that we made a mistake when we
Okay.
freed Brittany, right? So she
haven't seen
just
her in a long
turned,
time.
well, she's back. She turned 43 on Monday, but she's claiming in this disturbing new Instagram video that she's actually 5
Mm.
and she's moving to Mexico. So there's a video posted on her account where she's talking about how the paparazzi put her on a plane with a mask over her face while carrying a torch given to her by a friend.
What?
And as if that wasn't bizarre enough, Brittany discussed her birthday and was falsely stating that she was had turned 42 when she actually turned 43. But the worst part is that she went back to say that she's actually 5 and she's going to kindergarten, and that she even moved to Mexico because the paparazzi are cruel in the way that they portray her. So TMZ said regarding the plane reference, Brittany was photographed Monday heading to a private jet on a tarmac in the LA area. She wore a long white trench coat with a black fedora and matching sunglasses and boots while holding a grill lighter to her lips.
Huh? Do you think she's like, we're all getting punked and she's really super normal, and then she just pretends she's like jokes on you?
I don't think this is Brittany.
What do you think it's a clone?
None of this looks like Brittany. Like her teeth, her just this doesn't look like Brittany. It's it's hard, but it's so different from Brittany that was on X Factor.
Yeah.
Like,
I have to find this.
It's odd.
I've not seen it. I do follow her, but I kind of stopped seeking out her page. Well, yeah, because I don't know. It's just a lot of the same outfits and twirling to music. And then I was like, oh, I kind of was a little depressing sometimes.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, happy 6th birthday, I guess. I don't know what you do. 5th birthday.
Welcome to Mexico.
I don't know.
Enjoy kindergarten.
Enjoy kindergarten, Brittany. Have you watched I did watch this. I highly recommend it to people.
I did not.
Of course
I
not.
know. The John Benet Ramsey thing?
Yeah.
I knew where you were going. See,
so good.
That's why we were lavender
So
married.
interesting. I talked to my mom. I was like talking to my mom the whole way through it because I'm like, can you imagine being her parents? I do not think her parents did it, by the way. And then say that, I know some people do think it was her parents, whatever, but I do not. So I'm thinking, say that it's not her parents, okay, people that believe it is. And you lost your daughter in the most horrific way possible. And then everybody on top of it thinks that you killed your daughter and like are hounding you until you die. Like her mom passed away from cancer at 42 years old, I think. It is super eye-opening. They have DNA evidence. And I'm like, why are they not doing, they can do like the family tree type thing where they can go back and do like a genealogy thing. The fact that this is probably, in my opinion, one of, if not the most famous, like cold case ever. Like the fact that they're not doing that, I'm almost wondering, did they lose all the evidence? Because if you were the Boulder Police Department, wouldn't you be like, let's just solve this so people stop talking about us at some point?
I've seen the house before. So the people that own the house, they have been offered a lot of money, like 7 figures, for shows to be filmed at that house. And they've always turned it down out of respect to the family.
Good.
You gotta be real rich to turn down 7 figures to use my
do it?
Absolutely. For millions of dollars?
No. No. If I owned the
on.
John Benet Ramsey house,
Come
no,
on
I would
in.
not. I wouldn't do it. I would not do it. I think it's good. That is bad karma. Trey's going to buy it just for that, just to make some money. So if that house goes on the market and you're a real estate agent and he wants to look at it, say no. He's going to make it like a VRBO or something crazy.
Yep. Okay, so this is an interesting story.
What?
So do you remember, when was this? I guess last year.
Okay.
Jamie Foxx had this weird health scare, and he was filming a show for Fox, and it was him and his daughter, and then he wasn't on a few episodes because of this health scare. Now there's this theory that Diddy poisoned him.
Oh my gosh.
And there's been, a rift between them for a while, but basically Jamie Foxx came out and he made a statement on Instagram finally saying just that he is blessed to be able to share his story and to have lived, and he's so grateful for all the prayers. But he's not saying that he wasn't poisoned by Diddy.
Oh my gosh. That's insane.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what's real or not anymore in this world. I think that I hope it's not as messed up as I think it is.
Well, they denied him bail again.
Good. They need to keep denying. They need to keep denying bail. Absolutely need to. Thank you guys so much for listening and supporting. You can follow me at Steph Holman on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok.
You can follow me at Trey_Stewart. You can follow our podcast at BS the Podcast, and you can watch us on YouTube at Weekly Dose of BS.
Bye.